Hey guys, it's syndecate here, and welcome to Bus Depot. Bus Depot, whatever you want to pronounce it. I don't know where you're from, but yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna play in survival, and we're gonna try and beat round 24. I'm gonna try, like I said, and just have some fun. I previously set round 24 in a live stream that I was doing, and I've actually wanted to come back and play this map quite a lot to just try and beat that and try and like maybe I don't know, hit like a 30 or something like that. But yeah, I just thought like I'd come back and give it another attempt, so to speak, because I feel like that's what I want to do. So we're just going to see how things go. I'm going to be live commentating this and having some funs. And yeah, so just been enjoying playing zombies quite a lot recently. I've been playing Black Ops, World at War, and all that jazz. But I'm just, I'm on a bit of a like that makes no sense or whatever. But yeah, I'm just a bit mixed feelings with Black Ops 2 Zombies right now. You might be like, what? No, you should. Don't say that. You should like it. And don't get me wrong, I do love the game. I just, I think I was expecting a lot more from it, and in the sense of expecting more from it, I was expecting more from the weapons. If you don't know what I mean, for example, when we start the game straight away, we've got the Olympia and we got the M14, same guns that we had in Black Ops. You know, we didn't have the same when we started at World at War. We had different guns when we started in there. We had like the Kark and the I can't remember the pronunciation of the other one, so I'm not even going to do it. Is it the... No, there was the Kark, and then there was the other one, but I just literally played the Rise right now, so I can't even remember it, because I bought the I think it was the M1 Carbine, or the M16 Carbine. I don't know, like, wow, I'm so good with good names. But anyway, it just seems like, you know, we've taken a step forward with the map side of things, you know, like how we've got all these maps and all these features that do all these cool things, these new Easter eggs and stuff like that. But then we've taken steps backwards with like weaponry, and you know, I have expressed this to like the zombie guys, and I was like, look, I love the map designs, you know, like, but I think Bus Depot is one of the best designed maps, honestly. You might be like, why? It's really small and it's simple. You know, yeah, it might just be an open thing, but like everything's placed so smart, like all these little trucks, all the benches, loads of places you can train, and I was just like, yeah, that's great. But like with weapon design, the reason why I feel like we've taken a step backwards is just because we have done, you know, we've still got Mustang and Sally, which is great. I'm glad they didn't get rid of that. You know, that's nice to have like original sort of guns still here. But like for weapons on the wall, I would have liked to have seen like new guns. So for example, what I think should replace the M14 on the wall should hands down be the SMR. Like if I have to be like truly honest, because you pack a punch the you know, the what's it called? The M14, it stays a single shot weapon. You pack a punch the SMR, it stays a single shot weapon. And the single shot weapon sucks, you know. The SMR is probably one of the worst guns in the game. And if I ever get it in the box, I always leave it because, you know, I don't want it. And, like, it's just crap pack a punched as well. I'm sorry to say it. So I think that should be something that was on the wall. Shotgun-wise, from the wall, you know, I don't really think there is a double-barreled shotgun like the Olympia. But they could have put, like, you know, they could have put, like, this. The 870 on the wall. I know it is a bit of a powerful gun to put on the wall for like starting round one, but you know what? Bit of a change in it, something different. It could have been even more expensive. So instead of the 500 price that it asked for, it could have been you know, just a 1,000 instead of like 1,500 where it is outside. And you know, just keep things spruced up a little bit and a little bit new. Because if I wanted to play with them guns on the wall, I could go back to the you know, the old school maps. But without picking at like that being the reason, like, oh, you only put them guns on the wall, you know. Like I said, I brought up the SMR before, and that gun just, it was such, that's a disappointment to me. You know, we've got the FN FAL back. Like, they could have brought back any gun of the game, like, really could have, and they brought back the FAL, and that was a really confusing, like, move to me. Like, you know, it's a bad gun back then, and it's a bad gun now. I know with double tap 2, it makes guns more powerful and more usable, that sort of thing, but still I'm like, doesn't seem like a gun I'm gonna exactly use after like even round 25 or something like that. Moving on to another gun. I know, like, it's kind of like, this is like a gun discussion. I don't want to be ranting. Like gun discussion. We got the ray gun, which is great. I'm so glad we got that. I know they can never really get rid of the ray gun, because you know, it's the godfather of zombie guns, you know. With a wonder weapon style thing, I can get where they're coming from with them wanting to create like this new sort of thing that's not like too overpowered. It can't just be spammed sort of thing, you know. You have to be smart with it and play with it. That's really, I get it. It makes sense, but just the amount of effort it goes through to get it created, and you know, it can break and then you have to rebuild it and all that. It's just like everything's a lengthy process. But let's have a look at guns. So like this You know, like, they throw a lot of guns in here. So you see, like, the ep1. You're like, oh, this gun's great and everything, like, standardly. But it runs out of being a gun that you'll use at all by, like, maybe round 20. You won't use this gun after, like, round 20. Not even probably Pack-a-Punch. You might be like, nope, not even using it. It doesn't seem powerful enough. It doesn't seem like it's got that much ammo. You know, it hasn't got any, like, special abilities. Even if it has, like, an attachment on it, like Pack-a-Punch 2. Like, what good's the Pack-a-Punch 2 actually going to do to you? And it's so sad to say that, because we've all been waiting for Pack-a-Punch 2 for so long. Like, oh, let us do it twice. And then when the fact we could find out we could do it, I got told, I think it was by Raffle Waffle, saying you can Pack-a-Punch twice. I was like, you are joking me. You know, because this is when we all had, like, the game a week early, and we were like, oh my god, you know, the game's so great. And then people were like, I'm a bit disappointed with it, because we had this big zombie chat with all of us in a call. We were all like, how's everyone finding it? And it was like, well, I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest. You know, like, but you can't be like, we expect the world from this game, because you just gotta aim for something a little bit better, and you know, you'll be happy. You don't want to get disappointed all the time. So we were all just chatting, and when we found out you could Pack-a-Punch twice, it was like, oh, that's so good. Went and Pack-a-Punched, and I did it 14 times my first time. And then when I realised that all it was doing was changing an attachment every 2 times I used it, I was just like, oh. So it's not increasing the damage, it's not increasing the speed of fire. Even if I do it like 100 times, it's not going to make my gun any different, sadly, you know. It was a bit disappointing for that, because, you know, it's one of the things, oh, we get to Pack-a-Punch twice, and actually all it does is put an attachment on it, or a new scope. So, yeah, I was kind of a little bit let down from that. And, yeah, cry face, sad face, I'm going to cry. It's the end of the world, have we know it. I know a lot of people are probably like, it's not the end of the world, we got a new game, we got new maps, stop crying. We got new DLC on the way, but, you know, you don't really want to be waiting for new DLC to make the game like 10 times more epic, do you? You want it to be like 10 times more epic when it gets released. So that's my only thoughts about it straight away. Like, great that DLC is coming out so fast. I'm sure it's only 4 DLC packs. So I think there's one now, and then maybe, what, 3 months later we get another pack, and then another 3 months we get another pack. But I'm just a bit like, oh, do we really have to wait all that time until, like, at the end of the line, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, now let's give them more powerful guns in the box, for example. Like, this shotgun's pretty good, you know, like, standardly. This is the innovation I like a shotgun that has a lot of functionality about it. You know, it's got a lot of rounds in it, it's automatic for 4 bursts. Pack-a-Punched, it can do some serious, like, damage. And I think when it's Pack-a-Punched, it's a 6 spray burst when you fire it, if I'm correct in thinking that. A lot of fun. Like I said, I don't even want to get talking about the War Machine. That gun should not. I don't even think that should exist in zombies, to be honest. Just for how, like, literally useless it is. I get it on the box. I actually, when I was playing my round 50 run, I actually picked it up from the box just to see how effective it is and if it could take out a full round. And I think I might have got, like, a crawler out of it. So I was a bit like, huh, this was disappointing. But hey, what was I thinking? I should have expected that. So hashtag sad face. Right, where's the zombies? Come on, bring it. What round are we on? Got me a ray gun as well, so this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Right, so what are we on now? Round 7? Now we're on round 7. There we go. But yeah, I want to see what you guys think about, you know, the guns in the description. Were you expecting a bit more like me? Like, were you expecting a bit more of a Pack-a-Punch? Like, for straight out, I think this gun now, okay, this should explode on impact on the ground. This should be a necessary for this gun. All right, it should be. I can't express that enough. And when it's Pack-a-Punched, it shouldn't have 6 rounds in it. It should have 12. It should have double it, you know, because they just should. And you might be like, well, there's only 6 barrels. How's that possible? Well, if you look at the Python, you Pack-a-Punch the Python on a World at War. Black Ops, and straight away you can get 12 shots from a 6 round like barreled gun. So, you know, it is possible for him to do stuff like this. You know, things don't exactly need to make sense in zombies. It just needs to be, like, I guess, balanced, because they can't make everything overpowered. But if they balance all the guns, so like say, you know, it's not overpowered but it's balanced, then, you know, you could get like a good feel. So like say every gun does like almost the same amount of damage, because then, you know, everyone's gonna get a good chance at least using all the guns instead of just using the most overpowered ones. So I think that makes sense in a sense. Yeah, balance all the guns to an equal enough powerful level to where they can all be used. I like it. Yeah, so that's what I kind of have to say about weapons. Grr.